Hi everybody, it's time to go fishing, and you don't see that too often. That's a picnic table and a barbecue grill nearly underwater. We're at a U.S. Army Corps of Engineer flood control lake. They let them get real high like that to catch flood water. Hopefully that won't affect what we're going to do today. We're going to try to catch white bass, hybrid stripers in the next half hour. Glad you're with us. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southwest region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi everybody, I'm so glad you're with us for this week's episode. It is Grandson Day on Let's Fish TV. I'm taking my grandson fishing today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've brought along some great equipment to do it. We're at a great location and we hope to catch some white bass and maybe a big hybrid striper on this week's episode. That's Callan, my grandson. He's sitting in the driver's seat. He's already ready to go. This is my Blazer 650 Pro Tour lean, mean fishing machine, and we're going to take it out there and go fast today and hopefully catch a few fish out of it. I'd like to welcome you in just over my left shoulder to beautiful Lake Somerville in Central Texas. It's about a half hour from Texas A&M University at Bryan College Station. It's at the little town of Somerville, and it's only about 10 miles from Brenham, Texas, where they make the Bluebell ice cream. The lake is up a little bit right now. It's a couple of 3 feet high. In fact, some picnic tables are underwater out here, but that shouldn't affect the fishing. My reports from my guide friends say that the white bass are schooling on top and there's a few big hybrid stripers underneath them. I hope to catch some along with my grandson, Callan. While we're out doing that, we're taking you around your local region for this week's fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters from your local freshwater and saltwater destinations to get you in on the fishing for this coming weekend. Right now, the Blazer 650 Pro Tour goes down the boat ramp into Lake Somerville in Texas. Next time you see us, we'll be out there. Let's get things started back at the studio in your weekend planner.
Hey everybody, the saloon tables are indicating fair game fish activity both days this weekend. Peak daytime hours begin around 5:07 on Saturday and 6:07 on Sunday morning. The best evening fishing will begin around 5:42 on Saturday and 6:45 Sunday. Depending on your location, the sun will rise around 6:52 and set around 8:14, and evenings will have a moon that is 38% visible. Stick around, we've got fishing reports from across the area on the way, plus I'll return with Bassmaster Elite Angler Brock Mosley to answer this week's Ask the Pro questions. Stay with us.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors, making it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. Power Pole, total boat control. Visit Mississippi. Good times are close by. Low Boats, 50 years of boating craftsmanship. Balls Out, made in the USA. Heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders.
All right, we got doubles. Now let's compare size. Who wins? Who wins?
Me.
Come on! You got one?
Yeah, I think I got one.
Reel. Reel as fast as you can. There he comes. You got one, dude. All right, there's a white. You got him, buddy. Good job, my friend. The first one. How about that? All right, I'm gonna grab his body. You grab his lip. Grab him by the lower lip right there. With your thumb, like I taught you. There you go. And you caught him right in the side there. Hold him up in front of your chest there. There you go. How about that? Give me some knucks. Welcome back, everybody. We've made it out. You can toss him back. We're not keeping him today. We made it out on Lake Somerville. This is Callan, my
Hello.
grandson. And so we're fishing for white bass. And we actually saw a few fish. Did you see all those fish schooling?
Yeah.
They were just, do you know what they were doing?
No.
They're chasing little bitty, in fact, there's some more right over there. They're chasing little bitty shad. That's what they're eating. And they chase them up to the surface and then they just go crazy, splashing water everywhere. So, okay, so you start hopping that along and I'm gonna talk to these folks in a minute. Lake Somerville is just outside 40 minutes from Bryan College Station where Texas A&M University is. This lake is about 11,000 surface acres. It's got about 40 feet of water in it depth-wise. It's got white bass, big old hybrid, striped bass, largemouth bass, crappie, catfish, kind of your basic species. Where we are is we're fishing some main lake points, and points are always a good spot to look for white bass because they can herd the shad up on that shallow point and feed. So Callan's got the first one in the boat, and we're gonna jig a spoon around. We'll try it on the bottom, we'll try reeling it up through some schools and see if we can find some white bass.
Hi everyone, Captain Greg Worm here, bringing you this week's Texas Coastal Fishing Report, brought to you by Fish and Tackle Unlimited. Hey, they have everything you need for inshore and offshore fishing. Rods, reels, tackle, footwear, and apparel. And also, check out the FTU line of fishing rods. I use only FTU rods for all my inshore and offshore charters, and I promise they have passed every test. Now, let's talk about Port Mansfield, Texas. Captain Wayne Davis, he just told me the tides have started to fall and the fish are holding along ledges and low-lying areas. The water temps at Mansfield, it's in the upper 80s to low 90s, which keeps those fish deeper. Get you a good depth finder, chart plotter, whatever, with a good transducer temperature reading, and fish those cooler temperatures and work your K-Wither or ball tail low in the water column. Hey listen, if you want to fish inshore or offshore here in Freeport or Galveston, give me a call, check out our websites. Captain Greg Worm, I'll see you next week.
I think I got him.
You got one?
Yeah.
There you go. Is he fighting you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got one too, we got doubles. Reel him in, Bubba. Go that way with him if you can. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh yeah. Caught that one jigging it off the bottom. Let me get this one in and we'll have both of them. Oh, don't tell me mine's smaller than yours. Come on. Come on. Grab his lip. Good job. There you go. All right, we got doubles. Now let's compare size. Who wins? Who wins?
Me.
Come on. What are you doing catching a bigger one? So what were you, just kind of hopping it off the bottom? Were you reeling it too or just hopping it?
Hopping and reeling.
Yep, and letting it fall back. There's two of them. They got fins, so you see that right there? That will put a hole in your hand, buddy. That's a nice one. All right, I'm gonna let mine go back, and you can too. You caught a bigger one. All right. The warm weather months are always a good time to catch these white bass. And they do school, but there are some keys to this. You need to be there really early, and I know that's hard to do with a kid, but you need to come early because a lot of the schooling happens early in the morning before the sun gets straight up overhead. Once that sun gets up high, those fish tend to go down and you gotta jig them off the bottom with a spoon or a slab. Then late in the evening, and we're late right now, and the later it gets, the more these fish are coming up. Now the one exception to that is clouds. If you get a good cloudy day, and we do have a lot of clouds today, then you can get them schooling in the middle of the day. But early, late, cloudy days, those are your keys for schooling white bass. Look at that! Look what you caught, Callan! Oh my gosh!
Papa.
You got him?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, you got a hybrid.
Did I?
Yeah, you got it. It's a big fish. So okay, we may need the net on this one if it's what I think it is. Oh, he's taking off again. You hear that drag singing. Welcome back, everybody. We're at Somerville Lake in Texas, and we've been catching these smallish to medium-sized white bass with my grandson Callan. And all of a sudden, he threw that red-eye shad out there, and now he's hooked into something. I'm gonna, oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, step forward. I'm gonna grab the net. Step forward. There you go. Okay, just keep working him. Rod tip up high now. Stop reeling and work him Rod tip up. Okay, reel a little bit more. A little more. Oh, back towards me. Look at that! Look what you caught, Callan! Oh my gosh!
Giant.
What do you think? It's a giant. You caught a big old pig. Oh man, look at this. I knew these were in here, and I was just hoping that we would actually be able to catch one of them, and Callan did it. Okay, now he has got a mouthful of that red eye shad, so there. Okay, this is gonna be, step down there. Oh, what do you think, dude? Look at this. Grab that. Lower. Okay, this is gonna be, okay, put one hand under here, and then the other hand in there. Squeeze hard as you can with your thumb. Grab it all the way inside his mouth, all the way in there. Okay, up he goes. Look at this. Back here a little bit. Hold him up a little higher, hold him sideways. We got it like that. He's heavy, isn't he? Mm-hmm. What do you think?
He's a big boy, and he would be great to cook, but we're not.
We're not?
We're not cooking him.
Dude, is this the biggest fish you've ever caught?
Probably.
This is about I'm gonna say that's about a 6-pound hybrid striped bass. And see the broken lines here, the smallmouth, the big wide body, and he's actually got a couple of patches of fake teeth on his tongue. But that is a good one. Hold him up a little higher so everybody gets to see him real well. And that is my grandson Callan with his first hybrid striper. I am so happy, dude. That's fantastic. Okay, we're gonna put him back kind of easy over there. We're gonna just get over there and gently, okay, there we go, good job. That deserves a double high five, fist bump. Way to go, dude.
Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you once again by the good folks at Fun & Son Tackle Sales. Now they have 2 locations to serve you, one in Hurst, one in Cleburne, and if that's not enough, if that's not close enough, they'll ship your order to you. Just give them a call on the phone, Fun & Son Tackle Sales. Now this week we're going to start at Lake Louisville, where there is a fantastic catfish bite going on. You'll want to fish the old cut. That's what they call the place where they cut out the old dam from Lake Dallas to join it with Lake Louisville. And you'll find catfish all down the sides and around the points on the cut. And over at Eagle Mountain, you'll find sand bass up by the dam. Look for what we call the nervous water. You probably won't actually see the sandies schooling on top, but you'll see schools of bait fish dimpling and rippling the surface of the water. That's the nervous water we're talking about. That's where the bait fish are. The sand bass will be close by. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes. Be sure and check us out on Facebook, Lone Star Lakes.
Had a blast chasing stripers last week at Lake Texoma with fishing buddies Jeff Samsel, Bruce Stanton, and longtime guide friend Chris Caldwell. Caught them from the Soldier to the dam. Here's Chris with the details.
We're out here in beautiful Lake Texoma, and the fish are on a dead run. We're in about 60 foot of water, and they're from 20 foot to about 45. Each person is allowed 10 fish, but only 2 of those 10 fish can be over 20 inches long. Majority of the fish we catch right now, this time of year, or at least right now anyway, are over. Now we're dropping through those fish, dropping all the way through them to the bottom. And we're reeling up real fast through them. When a fish is after a shad, he'll kind of swim real fast straight up to get away from that fish. And that's what we want this bait to mimic.
Texoma stripers, you can't catch them if you don't go.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose. Feel the difference. Waypoint Customs. Customize your boat your way. Strike King. Tie one on. Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Fishing Specialties. Makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
Nipping. Careful with the hook. You know, it's real important that you teach kids. Don't do everything for them. There's one right under the boat. That's a good one. Up he comes. All right, welcome back everybody. We are having a time this evening catching white bass at Somerville Lake, in Central Texas. That's my grandson Callan right there, and I'm teaching him how to, I've had him catching crappie before, and I've had him catching small stripers before at other lakes, but this is his first trip to really catch a lot of white bass. So we're catching these fish schooling out here, and that's just kind of an average size one. That's kind of what we're catching. And what I'm doing is we're just experimenting, and I will tell you that we've been out here for a while today. We didn't just come and start wearing them out right off the bat. We've had to do a lot of looking, searching, and we've had to be patient today and try a lot of different spots before we finally found a place that's actually got some fish in it. And so what I'm doing is I'm teaching him 2 different ways to catch these fish. I'm teaching him to cast a spinning rod, which he's learning. Okay, it's fouled up on the end there, so we'll get that loose. He's learning how to cast a spinning rod and make long casts. And then we're teaching him, we're not really teaching him, there's one. We're not teaching him a lot about how to cast this casting reel yet, a bait cast reel. I think that one's hooked in the top of the head right there. So he's just jigging that up and down off the bottom. And there's so many fish in here that they're just slashing at this spoon, and he's caught some on that lipless rattling crankbait, that red-eye shad right there. You all right? Yeah. Did you get it loose? We got it fouled on the lure right there. There we go. That's just another nice one right there. So we're learning a couple of different techniques. One thing you want to do if you're bringing kids fishing is you just want to try to make it fun, bring snacks, bring something for them to do if it gets boring, because you do want to catch some fish. So you want to stay long enough, be patient enough to look around and ultimately find some fish. And that's what this has taken. I bet we've tried 10 different places today before we actually found a school of actively feeding fish, but now we're getting healthy with it.
All right, Captain Kevin Broussard here with this week's Let's Fish Report. I tell you what, we're coming to you from Lake Calcasieu, Cajun Paradise Charters. As you can see right here, fishing is excellent on Big Lake right now. I tell you what, right now, today, we're still in summertime, lots of these fish came on live shrimp under a popping cork. But early and late, you can throw an 1/8 or 1/4 ounce Rockport Rattler jig head and throw some down south lures on it. I tell you what, Color X has been the key right now for these trout. Main thing, be safe, watch the heat, and we're going to talk to you next week. For Old Cajunville, Captain Kevin Broussard saying, let's fish.
I got one.
You got him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is. Whoa, 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 not in the trolling motor. Good job. Back with him. So you're leaving a little more line out now, which is a good thing. Back that way. There you go. Up he comes. Hold him up high. There you go. All right, that's a good one. That's one of the better whites we've caught. I got your rod. Take a step forward. There you go. All right, look at that. Lip him. Careful with the hook. You know, it's real important that you teach kids. Don't do everything for them. When you're out, oh, good, it came right out. Okay, so now you're gonna go down there and there you go, handle the fish. Teach these kids how to catch their fish, how to unhook their fish, how to properly handle a fish, how to release it, which these whites, it's not such a big deal. You can pretty much just flop him back overboard, let him go. But it's real important that you come out here and not do everything for them. You can grab that rod. Teach them what to do, work with them, put your rod down if you need to. You don't need to fish. And just concentrate on helping the kids learn what to do.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury. Go boldly. Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Get our free fishing guide at orangebeach.com. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor. The tour is back. Blazer, high-performance boats for high-performance anglers.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's get right to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Daryl wants to know, what are some of the worst weather conditions you have fished in, and were you successful? For an answer, we asked Bassmaster Elite Angler Brock Mosley.
If I'm practicing or even in a tournament and an event, if it starts cracking lightning, I'm headed to recover, whether it's a bridge or a dock, something where I can get out of the weather and I feel safe. I really don't feel safe until I'm actually inside of a building somewhere, but a few weeks back, we had an event on Neely Henry, and our whole practice seemed like we would fish for an hour, have to take cover for 2 hours, and the whole 2 or 3 days of practice, that's what we were doing. So definitely don't do lightning, and really don't want to be around it when it is coming down.
Thank you, Brock. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply go to letsfishtv.com, follow the Ask the Pro link to submit a question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
We have safely made it back to the boat ramp, got everything loaded, and it's time right now for this week's winner in our Big Catch of the Week contest. She's Heather Eschenbaugh of Maumelle, Arkansas, with a 45-pound striped bass she caught at Beaver Lake, Arkansas.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Next up, it's the Academy Right Stuff, showing you the right gear if you'd like to catch white bass and hybrid stripers, like me and my grandson Callan did on this week's episode. A great rod and reel combination to teach kids how to fish is the Lew's TP 1X Speed Stick. This is the 7-foot medium action rod. It's the perfect stiffness for what we did. It's got the wind grips, very comfortable, and it's paired with the Lew's Speed Spin reel. So I had it spooled up with 20-pound test Strike King Tour Grade braided line in the bright yellow color. As far as the lures are concerned, the spoon that we used is the Strike King Mark Rose Ledge Spoon. You can see it's white on one side and chrome on the other. And the Strike King Red Eye Shad, anything in a shiny chrome color will work really well. I don't intend to be morbid, but I do want to make you think. Some folks are extremely comfortable and even fearful to even talk about the subject of death or dying. But health experts and medical professionals all agree that it's a topic we need to be able to talk about. God created these bodies with a shelf life. They're all going to wear out at some point. So the quicker we can get more comfortable with talking about what's going to happen toward the end, the less freaked out we'll be when that time actually comes, and the more peaceful we'll be between now and then. And to wrap this thing up, I'd like to give a shout out to Harvey Abke of Hooked Up Guide Service right here at Lake Somerville. He helped us out. He showed us all the good spots. He put us right on the spots where we wound up catching the white bass and that big old hybrid striper that my grandson Callan caught. You can contact him at the information you see on your screen. Thanks for joining us. Until next week, I'm Barry Stokes saying, let's fish, everybody. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.